Watch this. Beautiful. Look at that. Look at how tender the squash is. Can I grab a piece? Hey everybody, it's Rick Orlando. Welcome to my kitchen and welcome to another episode of Field Goods Kitchen. If you don't know who Field Goods is, you should know. If you live in the Hudson Valley, Capital Region, down towards New York City, Field Goods is a local business out of Greene County, New York that gathers and distributes to your home or to a drop-off point in your neighborhood local produce, local meats, local provisions, local fish. Unbelievable. So stay home, be safe, and go to field-goods.com and get your goods. Some great stuff. So today, Field Goods hit me up with some great local ingredients. Now, I know we're in the peak of fall produce. We're up to our ears right now, up to our ears in squash, butternut squash, one of the best, right? One of our favorites. But even though it's autumn and we're thinking about pumpkin pie spice, I'm going to go a little tropical. I'm going to show you how to use butternut squash in a tropical dish. We're going to make something called Punkin rice, man. In Jamaica, they use calabaza, but in New York, we have butternut squash. We're going to use them. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to attack a butternut squash so that you don't worry about cutting your hands off, right? So what you want to do when you're working with a butternut squash, you want to make sure it's stable. So I always take a knife, make it stand up. See? A nice chef's knife, a good knife. Then I take the top and I cut that off as well. And now that I've taken the top and bottom off the squash, it's very stable. So basically, what we're going to do is we're going to take our knife, we're going to go in the top, put our hand like this, our palm up, and work our way down. Walk our way down the squash, just like that. It's stable on the bottom. You get there, look at that. Piece of cake. I'll show you a quick trick. I'm not going to use the whole squash, so I'm putting it on the flat side. I'm going to cut it down like this, and instead of using a peeler, I'm just going to use my knife. I'm just going to scrape down the edges like so we can have nice diced butternut squash for our pumpkin rice. Yes, indeed. So once it's like this, cut it 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you got these nice little pieces. You can go one across, boom, boom, across, boom, boom, across, boom, boom, and again, just like so. Diced butternut squash is really easy once you get comfortable and you get a good knife. So I have a nice dish of it right here, and let me show you how we're going to do the pumpkin rice. So easy. I've got my burner here. I've got a nice little pot, heavy pot with a tight-fitting lid, right? So now we want to get our tropical flavors. I'm going to use, from Field Goods, one of my favorite oils. This is Susquehanna Mills sunflower oil. If you're looking for a neutral flavored oil that you can use for general cooking and you don't want to have a GMO oil, go to sunflower oil. It is absolutely my favorite. So what we're going to add to this while the oil is warming up is a fair amount of onion, and I'm going to take a clove of garlic. And these are also from Field Goods, right? Smash your garlic. Boom, boom, boom. Give it a good smash. Couple of good rough chops. Doesn't have to be finely minced. It's going to be cooked in with your rice. So beautiful. And we'll take a little scallion. Green onion, very popular in the Caribbean and very delicious. And they add a nice little mild onion flavor right into the pot. Give it a little stir. Now, one of my tricks I've shown you before is season a little bit as you go. A little 2-finger pinch. Get that in there. Beautiful. Now that our onions and garlic are getting a little, shall we say, sweaty, we're going to take our butternut squash, throw it right in there. Get it right in, give it a little stir, another little pinch of salt. We're seasoning as we go. Let them all get married together, and now we're going to get into the tropical flavor profile, okay? One is allspice, otherwise known as Jamaican allspice. Smell that. It smells like cloves and nutmeg and cinnamon all mixed together. I got a nice heaping tablespoon. We want to get a nice dusty color in our rice here. Give it a stir. Stir it in. We have jasmine rice. Nice and white. It cooks beautifully. It sticks together just enough without being sticky. and it's perfect for a dish like this. So I got a full cup of jasmine rice. We're going to do 2 cups of liquid to 1 cup of rice, right? So we got our rice in there, and what we want to do once we get the rice in is we want to give it a little saute as well. Let it cook in there. All right, so now that this is all together, we're going to add our liquid. We're going to add about half of our liquid now. We need about 2 cups of water. There's a cup. We're going to give it a stir. And now we're going to add our last 2 secret ingredients. One is fresh thyme. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take these sprigs of fresh thyme and throw them right on top of the rice. Another pinch of salt. And the last thing is a good hot pepper. This is a Scotch bonnet or a habanero. You know these are really hot. I want to get the flavor. I call these cantaloupes from hell. They have a beautiful aroma. I want to get the flavor in there, but I don't want people eating it and it permeating the whole dish and making it too hot. So watch this. I take my knife, I score it like a little tea bag, just like that, and I drop it on top of the rice. I want this to come to a rolling boil and boil for about 5 minutes. All right, now the last thing we're going to do before we put the lid on and cook this pumpkin rice, we're going to add the remaining cup of water. Give it 1 stir now, but then don't stir it again. All you want to do now, when it comes to a boil, put the lid on. Once it's at a rolling boil, turn it down to a low simmer, give it 20 minutes, and you'll have amazing pumpkin rice. All right, it's been about 20 minutes. Let's check out our beautiful pumpkin rice. Watch this, beautiful. Look at that. Look at how tender the squash is. Can I grab a piece? It's gorgeous. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove the dangerous little pepper. It's given us great flavor, but we don't need to chew on it. Look at this. I'm going to scoop some out. What an amazing side dish this is. Pull out any sprigs of thyme. They all float to the top anyway. Delicious. Pumpkin rice, ladies and gentlemen, is a great way to use butternut squash and a lot of other great ingredients from our friends at Field Goods. That's field-goods.com. Today we use beautiful sunflower oil. We use onions. We use garlic. We use jasmine rice. We use butternut squash, which of course is peak season. So go to field-goods.com, get your order in today. You'll get a delivery, and you will be happy and you will be safe.